Howdy folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with another Murders at Karlovmanor draft, and once again, my sincere apologies about starting almost an hour later than intended. We're working on it. Never believe your eyes when they tell you, oh, we're just a little heavy, you can close us and you'll feel better. It's sleep. You're sleepy. Don't believe it. I need to get better at that. Possibly start a bit later. Don't know. Last night, though, I was very busy grinding the Mythic Constructed ladder because I have never actually made it to Mythic in Constructed before. And I'm currently sitting at 98%, up from 94%. So there's part of me that's very tempted to try and finish it out and see if I can make it into the top 1200 and give you guys a fun little win it in stream. We'll find out. May stream some of it, not sure when exactly, and did it for like 4.5 hours yesterday. Did not make a lot of progress at that point, but was mostly playing some other decks than my bread and butter. Alrighty, we start off with Assemble the Players as our rare, which I do not think is a bad one, but does kind of hem you in a bit. Cards that would be good in a much more generic fashion here. I think a Museum Night Watch would be fantastic to start with. I think Projector Inspector could also be good, but I do think I will speculate on Assemble the Players and mess around with that. I do want to make... I think it's a good card advantage engine if you can pick up the right pieces for it. And we follow it up with an Inside Source, which is the type of thing you do want to be seeing. Bullrat Clan Basher has done some very good things for me. Gleaming Geardrake and Gadget Technician are actually both very good cards in blue-red. And I haven't drafted the blue-red deck. But no, I think Assemble the Players into Inside Source is probably a much better thing, and we are rewarded being followed up with a Case of the Gateway Express. Fantastic card, both in the Burrows deck I've been running on the ladder as well as in Limited. You get to kill something and pump your team later most of the time. Fantastic. Mistvale Plains is a fun little blast from the past, but not what we're looking to do. Novice Inspector, I think, fits into our deck, or at least what we're looking at. Crime Stopper Sprite and Cold Case Cracker are both fantastic, I think, for the blue-based, the sort of detective-y one. And there's a Detective Satchel, which is going to make that blue-red deck very happy and might be more powerful than what we're doing. Here, I think we could either pick up a Lockstone Eavesdropper going to green-white, pick up a Sanitation Automaton, just really guarantee that we're in it, or we can take a Buried in the Garden, go into green-white, which does also actually guarantee or I think a Sanitation Automaton is quite good for making sure you've got something for turn 2. Here, we can get a Not on My Watch, which I think is a fantastic piece of removal, or a Tunnel Tipster. I really like Tunnel Tipster, and I don't want to pass it. I do think Culvert Ambusher is decent, but I think taking a Not on My Watch, as it's uncommon, so we're less likely to see it come around in other packs. So I think we'll take Not on My Watch, and we're hoping to wield the Automaton or the Tipster. Another Automaton, plenty of them, but I think here we will take a Topiary Panther. Helps us if we get some sort of powerful bomb that we might want to splash later on. Defenestrated Phantom I think is also good, but I think the Panther is just a little bit better for potential options. Here, there's not really anything. We might end up running the Crocodile. We are not running Give Miss of the Guild Pact. As funny as that would be, and I should try at some point, but go with the Crocodile as a potential pickup. Not very likely to run it, but it is something that can be run out for 8 mana essentially, for double green. Paid in installments. Cease and desist? Probably not. Okay, we'll take a pick your poison. Sideboard. Okay, here, I think Hedge Whisper can stop some early aggression. Bite down on crime, I think. So we've already actually got 3 pretty decent pieces of removal, so I think we'll take the Hedge Whisper and just try and make sure that we've got more proactive plays. Don't think we're playing They Went This Way. I think we would love something like a Sumalis entry. We'll take a rope. Don't think we're playing it, unfortunately, even though it's kind of like a Sumalis entry. Only got 1 less toughness, and it will be attached to something with at least 1 toughness. It's Build Your Own. Sure, Chase is on. Magnifying Glass did not get some stuff wheeling like we were hoping. But Neighborhood Guardian, I think, looks pretty good. It's 2 or less power and synergizes well with other things in that vein. And it's a 2-drop, which we like. Double Public Thoroughfare is kind of funny. But certainly thinking that I might be in the wrong lane. That blue-red deck might have been something where I was supposed to jump ship into it. Case of the Ransacked Lab, don't think so. Where are we at detectives amount-wise? We are at 2, so probably not picking up this Private Eye, but we will happily take a Market Watch Phantom. Get aggressive with it. So we can play that as a 3-drop. Going to be interesting, but having a lot of 2-drops I think is quite good. Like a 10th District Hero would be fantastic. Okay. Wow. Blue-red, I think, would have been quite good, but... Makeshift Binding. Another great piece of removal. And... We might end up not running the green. I don't know what's going to be more open. I think white is fairly open. Okay. Arm Familiar. The rescue stuff. Fanatical Strength. A decent combat trick. But I think, since we are a little iffy on our green, rather than the other Topiary Panther, we'll take the Defenestrated Phantom, a lovely flyer for us. Audience with Tristani, no. But we do get to pick up another Market Watch Phantom. Oop, wrong button. I think we have some very, very good 2-drops, most of which have power 2 or less. Curious Inquiry. So blue might be open. Okay, I I think we take another Defenestrated Phantom here. We've got a lot of nice little flyers. Actually, nice big flyers. So we could go for the Form Familiar. We could also splash the Sanguine Savior, but I think Form Familiar fits in a little bit better. We're going sort of wide and aggressive. And On the Job would be nice. Another Form Familiar. I think we are okay picking up. Lets us save some of our stuff, but I do think the Antiquity, the 110, is probably a bit better for that. Okay. Auspicious Arrival. We got a nice little combat trick. And for value, sure, we'll take the Case of the Ransacked Lab. I don't think we're black-white. Oh, okay. We'll take a Basilica Stalker. Form Familiar number 3. Probably not going to run it. Second Basilica Stalker. Proft Eidetic Memory. Don't think so. Case of the Crimson Pulse. Could be good, but we do have an Inside Source or a second Neighborhood Guardian. I think that's not... I don't think we want the second Neighborhood Guardian as much as we would love another Inside Source so that we can go quite wide. Outrageous Robbery, I think, is fantastic, but we'll hopefully wheel one of the House of Vigilantes, and I think instead we take a Karlov Watchdog to hopefully help Anthem our team at some point. Case of the Trampled Garden. Heck yes. I do like the Seasoned Consultant, but Case of the Trampled Garden is a fantastic way to make our small things much scarier. And I think is a very doable achievement to get. We could get a... Ooh, ho 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 ho. Now the green is flowing. I don't think Pompous Gadabout is as good as a second Case of the Trampled Garden. But... no, not sideboard. We have 7 non-creatures, so it might be better. I think, yeah, I think we take the Eavesdropper here. I think creatures are very important in this format. We'll take a Griffknot Tracker. Ooh, there's that Antiquity. I think we do take and run the Antiquity. I really like the untap effect. And I really want to try it. I've kind of glossed over it beforehand, before this. I don't think we have enough... I don't think we have enough detectives to make that particularly good, but I'm still willing to take it. Yeah. I mean, double Case of the Trampled Garden, I think, is probably pretty good, but might be a little excessive. I think this is a pretty decent green-white deck. I suspect we should have gone into the blue-red deck. It just felt a little weird to commit to 2 colors immediately after taking a, I think, quite decent white rare. So currently that's 3. Oh, Ooh. Guess we'll take third Defenestrated Phantom. Probably not running it. But so 3. Never mind. Chalk, Outline, or Airtight Alibi. I think Alibi is more likely to get run, even though I don't think we do. Wow. Blue-red ended up very open. Sad. And we did not wheel any of the things we were hoping to wheel, so yeah, I think we should have ended up in blue-red. I think that was the open lane. No! But we got some good green towards the end there. I'm bad at reading signals. So, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I believe things that are disguised. I believe because you choose to flip it down. I believe before the choice is made to cast, you can, and is you can cast it from the top of your library, it says. Yes, okay. Absolutely. Look at me understanding rules. Awesome. So yeah, we've got like 12 cards that meet the requirement. So awesome. The Crocodile is awkward. Do we run a third Defenestrated Phantom instead of the Crocodile? And I think the answer is yes. Okay. This is clunky, but I think it's a pretty scary clunky for folks. So, pretty much as is, let's try running it. I'm not even going to mess with the sleeves. Perfect as is. We might even be a little high on the number of green sources. I think we do a 10-7 split. We're close-ish to mono white. Alright. Let's crack on into the games. Crack-a-lack-a-lin. Alrighty. Calidor. Sounds intimidating. Makes me think of Ixidor, the man who made turtles and scooped out their guts. Wait. I don't think we run this out as a 1-drop, but I think we've got a good curve of 2-drops, or a good wall of 2-drops, I should say. Drop into 3-drop. Oh no. They have the blue-white version of our deck, which might just be better, but right out the Neighborhood Guardian. Time Stopper Sprite, tapping it down. Swing on in. We draw the land, which I'm happy about. here, we probably morph something down, disguise something down. So the question is, do we do the Forum Familiar or the Phantom? I think we do the Forum Familiar. Get that cooking. Make this a 3/3 and attack on in. And next turn, probably the Karlov Watchdog. Unfortunately, will not trigger the Neighborhood Guardian. So we might Buried in the Garden next turn and Market Watch Phantom. I think we do run in with our disguised creature. They do not block, so I'm guessing value that relatively highly. So that also would have disrupted our Watchdog attack this upcoming turn. So they did miss a land drop, but now they're back on 4. Just attacking with the flyer. Reasonable. Ah, 3/2. In that case, I think we actually do, we'll be able to run out the Defenestrate Phantom for blocks, so I think we Buried in the Garden the Museum Night Watch. Oh, Auto Tapper, why? No! Damn it. Oh well. We do get to attack in for quite a bit of power. Just really would have loved to run out the Market Watch Phantom. Watch the Auto Tapper, Johan. Good to know. Normally it would say the solution to the Auto Tapper has changed. But it didn't. I was betrayed. Wow, we have drawn a lot of lands. I think we attack in with everything. They might double block for some big trades on the Karlov Watchdog, but we can save some stuff. Okay, we will kill the Crime Stopper Sprite. I think we're pretty happy with that. Especially then running out the Phantom. The Defenestrated Phantom as opposed to the Phantom of the Market Watch. Tap it down. Okay, we don't get big puppy value. See? Auto Tapper messing us up. But we will... Oh, actually, we get to replay that this turn. Fantastic. We will not attack with the 3/2 since they will just trade it off. Okay, they are brave enough to block it. And there we go. Lethal in the air next turn, hopefully. We would have had them dead already if not for the Auto Tapper, so... Oh, and they've got it again. Yeesh. And we are drawing only lands. Yeah, that Auto Tapper really messed us up. Because we could have bounced the Phantom and disguised it down to trigger the Phantom to fly on over. Yeesh. Well, here I do think we attack in. We get to follow up with the Tracker and pretty much anything they block that has power is going to be a trade. Double block. Or double block on the 3/3. Totally fine. And kill their wall. I like that. And I'll kill the neighborhood guardian. They do gain 3 life. Are they suspecting our 5/4? Interesting. We do run out another flyer. And we will just try and get the highest mana value, and sure, we'll do the Crime Stopper sprite. We would really like to draw some not lands. We did get the tracker, which is good, but we are flooding very heavily. If we lose this game, I'm going to be very frustrated with the auto-tapper. Okay. And Karlov Watchdog actually doing good work in that they cannot flip up the face down card right now. The fact that their auto tapper, I'm guessing they've got the like exile target attacking creature that we've got, because I think otherwise, oh, or is it the auspicious arrival? Because otherwise they would have left open the double blue, I imagine. Interesting. Ah, bunch of clues. Alright. Market Watch Phantom. Okay, I do like something with power 2 or less to fly. So now there are 2 lethal flying threats. Alright. And they can't flip up the disguised creature. Awesome! Love me some hate bears, love me a hate dog, I guess. Surveillance monitor. Alrighty. Moving swiftly onwards, and remembering that Buried in the Garden and the Auto Tapper do not get along. Huck Johnson! I was trying to say that like Rock Lobster, and I don't think that came across very well. Okay, I think we will Neighborhood Guardian into Assemble the Players, or the face down creature. I like that it's not reveal. Such a shaggy unicorn. Very delightfully so. Alrighty, so yeah, probably Defenestrate Phantom, pump the Guardian, and then assemble the players, hopefully rip a 2-drop. Like our opponents not having a 2-drop in this format. Is it a disguised creature? Or an inside source? Crime Stopper sprite. But no stun. Ooh, actually, Karlov Watchdog. Crack in, see if they take a trade. They don't. I kind of figured. Even if they did, I think we're okay with that. And then we get Karlov Watchdog to get real aggressive. And then we can makeshift binding something and then assemble the players next turn. depending on what they do. Or flip up the Defenestrated Phantom. Yeah, green-white I think has plenty of combat tricks, so love when we make them nervous enough, because I think this is the much better outcome for us. Because this can make a much more threatening team. I still do think it's correct to try and get this down and not slow our aggression there. I'm trying to be a lot more casual about the face-down creatures as much as it hurts. Case of the Gateway Express, I actually really, really like here. Over doing the makeshift binding. Because we will even, in theory, trigger it this turn. They may do something to us. Okay. On the bright side, that means we aren't eating that combat trick, so they got half of our card, but we also rescue our stuff as a result, and trigger the Anthem. I think we're pretty comfortable here. Alrighty. Hwah! That was not a bad move on their part, just we had 2x removal. Because, yeah, if we didn't have the other piece of removal, we don't attack that turn, which really slows it down and gives them a chance to stabilize. We just play the Assemble the Players and start hoping to accrue more value off of it. Alright. I can see how Assemble the Players is, it's not guaranteed value, right? But when at least 10 of your cards do match the description, ugh. No! That is at least more keepable, but yeesh. I think we ship off a familiar, and we're hoping to rip some lands and grab some stuff with Assemble the Players. I really don't think turn 1 form familiar is very good, especially when they already have a creature down. But it is awkward not to have a 2-drop creature. Oh, there's a 2-drop creature. I think we run that out in Fate over the Assemble the Players. But we are not on the beatdown, and we've got a mighty awkward hand. Shocking. Man, Mask Maker gonna make some masks. Mask Maker, make me a mask. Let's run out the Form Familiar. I'm a lot more okay trading it off if we have to. We would love a land for Lockstone Eavesdropper next turn. I think we take the potential trade. Yeah. I don't think... Okay, Branch of Vidu-Ghazi. Interesting. Did not draw the land, but we did draw Topiary Panther, so I think we Panther for a Plains. And then Assemble the Players. We will draw a land next turn. What does the opponent have? Well, we can start by doing Market Watch Phantom. We could have done Essence of Antiquity, but such is life. Then I think we disguise out the Defenestrated Phantom. I wonder if they've got an ill-timed explosion. Okay. Makeshift Binding, not a bad pickup. I think let's attack and flip. Okay. Opponent just not doing things. Okay. Attack on in. And let's run out the Essence of Antiquity Disguise. Give us some more options this next turn, and we leave up Auspicious Arrival, potentially. I'm just so confused. Wow, did they just not have things that they could do for less than 4 mana? Okay. Well, we get to Makeshift Binding, and we can either leave up Antiquity or play the Market Watch. I think we play the Market Watch Phantom. Okay. Wow. I'm sorry, opponent. I have no clue what you had going on, but it seemed like probably something very not good. Just not wow. It is rough when you cannot play Magic, but we're at 3 wins, 0 losses, cruising along here. Dun, dun, dun. Kleinopal. Kleinopal? Is it like a pineapple, but klein? Small? For, in German? Ein kleines Opel? Very awkward hand. But if we draw a land, I think we're kind of okay. We do have a turn 2 play. If we draw a green source, I think we're really okay. Not a green source, but we've got time. Exit Specialist. Really not a green source. Uh-oh. Well, we do draw the planes. Projector Inspector. Opponent actually curving on out. Okay, and we will draw the green source next turn. That is good news. Frabjous news. I do think, given the opportunity, we trade off our board here. They are playing Band. Or Brokers, I suppose, would be the modern parlance. Eavesdropper. Okay. Form Familiar. So they will, I'm pretty sure, be able to attack with that as a 4/4. So we could Case of the Trampled Garden. Our detective. I think that's pretty vulnerable, so I think we're going to Form Familiar face down and Hedge Whisper. We do get enough access to another land next turn. And I think we offer double block on the Eavesdropper, potentially. Wow. Very conservative plays. Okay. So, no more advantage off the top of our library, unfortunately. I'm going to disguise out the Phantom. And I am going to attack in with just the detective, which they should probably read as an obvious combat trick. But we will do that. They can do the clue. So we're trading 2 for 1, but we get rid of Loxodon. Oh no, because it's not their second card this turn. That's right. Okay, so we actually feel, I think, very, very good about that. And we can Case of the Trampled Garden this next turn. Okay. I think we Case of the Trampled Garden. Onto the detective. Yes, onto the detective, because I kind of care about it the least. Oh, actually, no. We do one on the Defenestrated Phantom as well, I think. So we offer trade with the detective. If they kill it, we can just disguise. Okay, yep, they want to do that. Cancel the garden, I think. But then we Defenestrated Phantom, back up to 8 power, trigger the garden, and then we start flipping our stuff. Killer Among Us. Okay. Actually pretty spoopy. Okay. Well, okay. So here we can flip up the Phantom. I think we attack in with the Phantom. And we run out the land, and we can bounce the use the familiar to bounce as protection, or we can crack the clue. It's the human. Who would have guessed? And I think we just kind of accept that. Yep, they make it a 4/4. Gains Death Touch. Old Case Cracker. And their own disguise creature. So we will crack the clue, and then next turn we're crundling in the air with 2 big ol' flying phantoms. Another land. Lots of flooding. So the assembled the players wouldn't have even done a whole lot, I guess. Ooh, I should have... No, I think it's okay. Should have probably given one of the Phantoms Vigilance, but I think I like still just holding up the ability to bounce something. They've got On the Job, we're pretty sad, but they don't necessarily have the planes to cast it. Like, I think we've got a pretty robust board for surviving. Glint Weaver. Okay. They can make some of their aerial stuff or reach stuff quite large. And they gain quite a bit of life, so this is a fairly big play for them. Okay, 4 toughness and so 4 power and 5 power respectively, so we can get at least 1 to trample over. Yeegus. Okay. Don't think we flipped that up. Inside source number 2. I think we will do. And I think what we do here is we use inside source. Oh, they aren't detectives. I thought they were detectives. My bad. But we attack with both of our flyers. We make the smaller one bigger and have trample. And we trade one of them away. Yep. So we kill off those two very large things. And we... Ooh. Yes, we tap the Hedge Whisper and we make a forest. Yes, okay, auto pay. And nix the Phantom. And we pass the turn. I do like making the land a creature there, so it gives us some potentially better blocks if things go poorly. Okay, they're digging. Okay. I do think we make a lot of blocks here. This could be the... No, they're even one short for the green belt one. So we'll okay. Alright. We are going fantastically. 4 wins. We have made our money back. We're back in this thing. Awesome. Dun dun dun. Alright. Is this... I thought this was a bit middling, but perhaps this is our 7-0. We haven't actually 7-0'd the format yet, I think. Okay. We have a 2-drop, and a 4-drop, and a combat trick. Not the curve out we'd like, but we can draw into a 3-drop. We have quite a few. We're not on the play, but okay. There's our 3-drop. Don't think we run it out as a 1-drop. I don't think it's that good. I think we've been lucky that we have been in a position where we don't really need to run it. I think 1 can be good. I think the Antiquity is a better version of it. Because this is a very tempo-based format, so I think spending the turn to bounce something to your hand often is not good. If they offer the block, I think we offer the trade. They do not. No, oh, right. We missed out on the damage. That was silly. We should have just played it out first. I was so laser focused on the combat trick. For 4, is there anything that could get flipped up? They still think no? Ah, but it does kill our board. Nice. Very good. Well, we will do an Eavesdropper, get a clue, and really hope to not draw pretty much any more lands this game. We do need a green source at some point if we get the Panther, but... Karlov Watchdog, I like a lot. And in fact, I think I will actually just play it out pre-combat so they can't flip up in a surprise manner. Alrighty. Lord or Milord? Hello, Milord. Please do not kill my things, Milord. It is but a humble puppy. Interesting. Vengeful Creeper. No, our clue. I liked our clue. Well, fine then. We run out the inside source. And we just attack with everything. And probably pump with the auspicious arrival. In order to trade. Yeah. You block that. And we get to investigate, so hopefully they don't just creeper us again. They can't this turn, but... So it kind of replaces itself. That does make it, I think, a lot better than I was looking at it as. Their own eavesdropper. Well, we can clue and make our detective big and vigilant. Suspecting nothing. Haha. Well, let's start with cracking the clue. Oh. Oh, yeah. Case. And we won't be triggering it this turn. But I do think we just attack in with both of these, and then disguise out the form familiar. Case of the Gateway Express. Considering how often I play it, I really should know the name. Yeah, it's a murder on a Ravnican train, and the poor Loxodon is afraid, and... Oh, okay. See, that's when the form familiar would have been fantastic. And we draw a land. Uh-oh. Well, we will make a Vigilante detective. And I think we will attack in with both things. Okay. What could it be? You know? We turn this face up. Oh! It's permanent. I could have returned the case and double zotted. Oh, okay. But for now, unfortunately, we did not know that. They're going to slice it for one. They're going to slice it for one. No! And I don't even get the counter. Oh, that was really bad. We need, like, assemble the players and then just rip 2 drops. I think is the way we get out of this game. Bloomkin is going to be a big boy. Yep. Well, that's not gonna do it. Alright. Yeah, so we could have bounced Case of the Gateway Express, but then I guess... No, because even though they slice something, we still end up killing the meddler. I think we've got a block. This one we can hold off on since it's a 2-turn clock. But, oh man, we need removal, we need something, man. Not just lands. Nope, no blocks. Crawl Whipcracker. Uh-oh. So even if... So, yeah, we can't even fly over. So what we do is we run out the Topiary Panther, and we're going to offer the double block. No attacks. I think Flourishing Bloomkin is a very, very good card. You can play it as a 2-drop and have it end up quite large in this format, which I think is very important. And sometimes you can do late game stuff like this. Oh, and murder. Okay. Yeah, we do not have any way of getting back in the game, so good game, opponent. Man. That was unfortunate. But it's alright. We got through it. We're still at 4 wins. We're having a good time. Man, though, that was brutal. Just so many lands. We had outs there, too. Buried Garden, Makeshift Binding, the Exile and Attacking thing, not on my watch. We had 3 pieces of removal that just take care of it. Fat Panda 404. You can't find the Fat Panda? Is life even worth living, then? Okay. We don't really have a 2-drop that we want to run out, but we might cycle the Panther, depending. We also have a lot of 2-drops we could draw into. Don't mulligan too much, man. It sucks when you do. Opponent. Making decisions? Man, I have been listening to the Undertale soundtrack so much. Although mostly just Memory and Undertale. I think the little rained-on statue, favorite moment of the game, and that soundtrack is haunting and living rent-free in my mind. After drawing that land, I suspect we probably don't want to cycle the Panther. So I think we're just kind of awkwardly skipping out on our turn 2. But then we get to 3, 4, 5, and then maybe 6. Okay. Really don't want them to have a counterspell, but we try it out. Okay, makes it. The sprite? Okay. Oh, Case of the Trampled Garden is actually quite interesting here. Because we could just go tall. They could have some bounce spells. Let's just attack, offer the trade. Yeah. I think, especially with green-white, people just do not want to take that risk. And then I think next turn, we Case of the Gateway Express, Case of the Trampled Garden, potentially. So kill the sprite and make our stuff big. So let's start off Gateway. They going to... Okay, they are bouncing our watchdog. Fair enough. Fair play, fair play. I think I'd rather they fizzled the kill spell than fizzled the case making something huge. I mean, they might have both, but ward does help quite a bit. So they didn't completely burn our turn. And next turn we can hopefully try and slam down the Topiary Panther. I mean, even without flipping that up, a 4-4 with ward 2 is a threat. Okay, and they went with float rather than jet, which we're happy to see. Pompous Gadabout. Boss and Bother. Ooh, Killer Among Us. Uh-oh. So they will be attacking with something quite big. And they will chump with a token here, I imagine. But we'll still make them chump. Because I don't think we want to block with that. Topiary Panther gets to come down, solve the case. And I think we probably don't block with it. I think we just flip the Phantom and trample in for a huge amount. Or at least try to. Yeah, I think we can take 6 here. Like, we don't feel great about it, but... I might also call off Watchdog. Okay. Ooh, Eavesdropper, also very nice. Better use of our mana, I think. And we will grow the Phantom. So both of these have Trample. Okay. Nice. And we will run out the Eavesdropper. That's something we are relatively willing to block with. Is there an instant speed fight spell? Punch spell? Doesn't have Death Touch. What's up? Why are you highlighting? Ah! Repulsive Mutation. Encounter up to 1 target spell. Oh no, opponent! Oh no, it's up to 1 and they submitted 0. Oh, I think we were still, if it's any consolation, I think we were still fine that game. Like, we weren't happy, but because we get to flip this up and probably fly through trampling. Oh, that second opponent that we faced that has had a really rough time of it. I mean, it happens. It's happened to us a lot this season, but that sucks. JC Bellerin. It's not a full-on Jace, just a little Jacey. Okay, no 2-drop that we want to run out, but got a good 3-drop that combos well with one of the 2-drops. Although we really would love to draw a 2-drop. Unfortunate, but they also didn't play a 2-drop, so we're not behind as much per se. Alright. Well, we will run out Inside Source, and we might Case next turn. We also might Karlov Watchdog. Wisp Drinker Vampire, so we probably want to save up. Yeah, I think we Karlov Watchdog. No attacks. And we really want to kill this. In case we can Not on My Watch. We will not block here. Okay, Shady Informant. Makeshift Binding. I think we Makeshift... I would love to Case here, but then they kill something. So I think we will Makeshift Binding. Gain 2. Crack on in. Big team. Holding up both Not on My Watch and Auspicious Arrival. Ideally, they attack, and we get to Not on My Watch exile it so they don't get the death trigger. Another face-down card. If we draw a land, we can Case and Not on My Watch. Oh, okay, nope, we just get to do that. Which I think we feel pretty fantastic about. Wow. Yeah, that's a really neat way to deal with that threat. And then, I do think we want to just try Case of the Gateway Express. Kill that, we get to pay for the ward, they can't flip it up. Even if they kill something, we're kind of okay. That was a Sanguine Savior, which would have done a lot of work for them with Lifelink. And we trigger the Case. I think, unless this is a deadly cover-up, but even with a deadly cover-up, we get to restock our hand. Fantastic. Okay. White removal, man. White uncommon removal. I have not gotten to play with it a whole lot, but it feels quite good. It's very exile-based. Except for, obviously, Case, but Case is just fantastic in general. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. We can do... We've got turn 1 Hedge Whisper, and we've got some turn 3 plays. We would love a 2-drop that's a creature. Hello! Not what we were looking for, but I do think Inside Source is fine. And you know what? Let's get goofy. We're sending a message here. I think that was genuinely safe. Okay. Yes. Well, okay. We will Inside Source, because the detective can trade with the 4-2. And if not, we might end up Makeshift Binding it. Leaving out a combat trick, I imagine. No. Punch, okay. They do get to attack for 4, no blocks. And, yeah, I think we do... I do think we makeshift binding here, just because we don't really have anything that wants to trade. We gain some life back. We really need land. Ha ha ha, da da da. Ooh, so this could flip up into a number of things. I don't think we block here. 5 mana is certainly a spoopy amount. Oh, that really needed to be a land for us. Well, okay, we can kind of not care about the familiar. Okay. I'm happy it's getting used on the form familiar, rather than anything else. No attacks. Clandestine Meddler. Suspected. Alright. Yeah, like, even though we can't even remove it because of the ward. No blocks. Okay, land. Phew. And I think what we do is we buried in the garden because it gives us an extra mana. So that we could potentially defenestrate Phantom next turn. We will attack with the 1/1 because we aren't blocking. Jeebus. They're killing us here. I'm going to attack in the 1/1 again. And then, I think, run out the Phantom. And disguise out the Essence of Antiquity. Which gives us a board that I feel... Oh, okay, they get the Essence. That sucks. But we've got a bit more of a board. And then next turn, I think we try and kill this. But I killing it without having a board felt wrong. Because then we aren't doing anything particularly with that turn. And it is only 2. It's a clock. It's not a small clock, but... We could also animate a land soon. Urgent Necropsy. Oh, no. Oh, there goes a mana. Man. Okay. Fenestrated Phantom face down allows us to double block and exile. I think is what we're doing. So we try the double block here. I imagine they flip it up. If it's really bad, we can exile in response. We exile in response. Why, thank you. This is tough. How do we best respond to the 3-2? Neighborhood Guardian can trade. Trading is the best we're going to do? No, because, okay, you know what? We make a plains into a creature, which is going to suck if they remove it. But we can do it. We attack with the 1/1, because worst comes to worst, we trade here. Ferox. Yep. We've got to do that. We need the land, but we also need to not die. Okay. So now they make a 4/4. We do untap it. We draw a land. That land probably needs to become another creature. Right? Because otherwise we're double decline. Okay. They didn't want to make that trade. Karlov Watchdog. No attacks. Then we can maybe Neighborhood Guardian, Market Watch Phantom, grow the Watchdog, crack in, offer a trade. Okay. We will try and trade. Okay. We are very on the back foot. But I think we just run them out as 2/2s. Like, yes, do we lose out on some value? But okay. Assemble the players? Something? Okay. They get a 2/2 back. I'm pretty happy with that. Grundle. I mean, this might be a removal spell, but I think we try it. Okay. Grundle number 2. This time the Crundlening. And we play that out as a blocker. And we will, I think, get the 2 most expensive stuff. Like, this is vulnerable. But I think gives us a decent chance of just killing them. Okay. So 3 in the air means they need to block at least 2 points of... So they need to block with at least 1 thing. I think an all-out attack puts them making some bad blocks. I don't think there's anything with 7 power that's going to be. I think this is correct. They need to block with some stuff. I think they need to block with at least the Pompous Gadabout and an Unscrupulous Agent. Okay, we trade and trample over 2. Yeah, no, you can't do that. Yeah. I think this leaves us with the Panther, a 2/2, and a... Okay. Is that... Was that 7 wins? That was 7 wins, wasn't it? Yes! I believe, let me check my spreadsheet, that is the first trophy we've gotten with Murders at Karlov Manor. Nope, okay, we did get one a while back. Draft number 9, but heck yeah, we got another 7. Oh, well, 7-1. 7 wins. Feeling fantastic. That's awesome. Really sweet. So that's what? 1 and probably another draft stocked up? Yeah, 2 drafts. And 6 packs? Sweet. Well, we'll not be doing another draft today, but means that we will be able to draft more down the road. And that is going to do it for me for today for Magic, at least for now. That's the morning stream, but I will be back at 2 p.m. for the ending of Undertale, and probably starting with a new route where we'll get a little more murdery, one might even say genocidal. Um, but at some point after that, or before that, not sure, when I've got some time, I am probably going to be messing around on the ranked ladder with some Boros Convoke, because I am at Mythic 98%. I have never been this high on the constructed ladder, and I kind of want to make the push, even though next month's event is going to be Alchemy. I want to make the push and see if I can make it into top 1200 Mythic and make it in there. So, I will probably be grinding and hop back on later. It will be a bit more chill, but that's there if you want it. So, thank you to anyone and everyone who tuned in. It's always a pleasure, even if y'all are quiet. And I am going to sign off, but be back at 2. Thank y'all, and have a fantastic rest of your day if I do not see you again. Bye.